How's it going, everybody? So after 7 years, Cobra Kai officially came to a conclusion this weekend, which is very bittersweet. Fear not, we have heard so long about the continuation of Cobra Kai, whether that be through spin-offs, and of course we have the big film coming out, Karate Kid Legends, in a few months, which will continue the Karate Kid franchise to some degree. Considering the conclusion of Cobra Kai does set up some possibilities that have some level of spin-off potential. Let's start with the most obvious one though, and that is Karate Kid Legends coming out in a few months from now. From all the info that we've gathered already, there is a 3-year time jump between the conclusion of Cobra Kai and Karate Kid Legends. Due to that massive 3-year gap, I'm not expecting too much overlap between this show and the movies. At the very least, maybe some type of cameo appearance from some of the characters from Cobra Kai. Besides that, I'm not expecting too much, especially with part 3 ending with the majority of the kids leaving to pursue various different paths in their lives. One of which I will be discussing in the very near future because that is one of my predictions of where we could go with a spin-off. Based on the trailer for Karate Kid Legends, along with the synopsis of the film, it'll be fascinating what exactly sparks Mr. Han to specifically find Daniel for assistance. At this point, it is all just theories on how exactly Mr. Han and Mr. Miyagi are going to be connected. The director of Karate Kid Legends has gone on record to state that Han and the Miyagi family are connected all the way back to old times. Now I'm thinking maybe the link between them is going to be martial arts style related, a commonality in who taught them martial arts, or even potentially some type of distant relative that connects these two. In previous Karate Kid films, when we explored Mr. Miyagi's backstory, there are some links to China. Being that Mr. Han is also from China, I think that would make sense to link them in that way. And the last other option could always involve the Sekai Taikai to some form. Nevertheless, from the little we know so far about Mr. Han's student Lee, played by Ben Wang, sounds like he's struggling in his personal life and doesn't fare all of that well in a karate competition, inevitably leading to Mr. Han coming to Daniel to give him that competitive edge, giving him a lot of guidance and blending their styles together, which has me pretty excited. Up until recently, all the co-creators of Cobra Kai have discussed how they want to continue playing in the sandbox of Cobra Kai, you know, spin-offs of the like. So out of all the potential spin-off ideas for this show, these are the 3 I think would make the most sense, and I'm going to talk about them from least likely to most likely. I have a long shot, one that I don't expect to get a spin-off, but I would be certainly delighted if they did, and that's a spin-off focused around Chozen and Kim Daeun. At the tail end of part 3, we do set up Chozen and Kim Daeun becoming a couple. It was sweet seeing Chozen decide to go and find Kim Daeun in the woods while she's training these students. I'm not entirely sure how we found out that's where she was, but you know, that's a story for another time. In their limited screen time together, I enjoyed them. I thought they had great chemistry. They both have strong martial arts backgrounds, so you could definitely get that fight aspect like you do in Cobra Kai. If they do decide to continue training students, a new generation, the one that I'm least interested in is a Mr. Miyagi prequel series. Season 6 put a major emphasis on Mr. Miyagi's past, with Daniel trying to uncover these supposed dark secrets that Miyagi hid from him his entire life. The creators of Cobra Kai have opened up in the past about how they're interested in doing some type of spin-off exploring Mr. Miyagi's past, and that felt very evident all throughout Season 6. They wanted to plant all these different seeds. In some cases with Daniel's storyline, it almost came off like a backdoor pilot if they wanted to dig deeper. Personally, as much as I love Mr. Miyagi as a character, I'm not all of that interested in a Mr. Miyagi prequel series. For as interesting of a character as Mr. Miyagi is, I just don't think there's much to explore that would excite Karate Kid fans. I mean, the majority of Mr. Miyagi's past that we've heard throughout the Karate Kid franchise has been kind of depressing. Mr. Miyagi is a World War II veteran who returned home from the war to find that his wife and child has died. With all of these traumatic events, he decided to never remarry or have kids again. Then somewhere in the mix in all of this, he competed in the Sekai Taikai tournament and murdered someone on accident. So for a Mr. Miyagi series, do we depict the trauma-ridden PTSD war veteran, experience all the grief that he builds up losing everyone he loves, and serving in World War II, or you push past all of that stuff and it's a series about Mr. Miyagi working as a maintenance worker? None of that stuff particularly excites me, and it's not helped out at all by seeing this deepfake CGI faced Pat Morita sprinkled throughout these episodes, which leads me into the idea that makes the most sense for a spin-off based off the ending of Cobra Kai, which is a spin-off around Tori and Robbie. Seems like the one that is just the most clear and cut obvious pick of the bunch. You set up both Robbie and Tori to travel around the world doing promos and competitions together. After 6 seasons of this show, we already have that pre-established relationship between them, and we continue to see that grow. And it's the easiest continuation of Cobra Kai, having them travel around the globe, fighting various dojos together. You very easily can bring back multitudes of different characters throughout the universe if you wanted to. And best of all, the Iron Dragons are established as a big heel for these two. If we had a spinoff revolving around Tori and Robbie, we can continue to see more of that rivalry between Tori and Zara, the possibilities of facing each other again at different events and tournaments. And with Axel, after what he did to Robbie at the tournament, breaking his leg so he could not compete anymore, I need Robbie to get his lick back. I need some type of revenge against Axel for what he did to Robbie. As a fan, it would be extremely satisfying if we were able to get to see a legitimate match between Axel and Robbie that doesn't end in some type of catastrophic event like it seems like it always does. Who knows, however, the only thing that we do know for certain is Karate Kid Legends is coming out in a couple months, which I'm very excited for. Share your thoughts down below though, by the way. How do you feel about potential spin-offs for the Cobra Kai franchise? What do you think comes next after the end of the show? Whether that be these spin-off ideas I suggested, suggest your own in the comments section down below. Thank you guys, as always, sharing out videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure to like on the video and also subscribe to the channel to update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.